Buckle up, sports fanatics. This is the Sports Chasers Podcast, your HQ for in-depth sports talk. Join host Kevin L. Warren and crew as they dissect the hottest stories, ignite debates, and bring you closer to the action. From locker room whispers to expert takes, we cover it all. It's game time, so strap in and grab a drink. The Sports Chasers Podcast starts right now.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's happening, everybody? It's another edition of the Sports Chasers Podcast coming to you live and direct, man. I'm sorry we're a little bit late, man, but hey, we're here. We're not going nowhere, man. It's a Thursday evening. Y'all know what it is, man. Make sure you like, click, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you also hit the bell for all the notifications and all the people listening on the sound of my voice. When you're driving or wherever you're at, man, make sure you give us that 5-star review. Give us some kind of review. You know, lovers and haters, in the words of D-Dub. Make sure you check in, man. Thanks for everybody that's checking in on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook. Okay. I don't know what you said, DA, but make sure you I said that already. Like, click, and subscribe to the channel, and make sure you also give us all that accolades that I said. D-Dubs, what's up, man? How are you today?
What up, man? Hey, man. Listen, man, I'm just gonna tell you right now about the 8 o'clock hour, ladies and gentlemen. If you're still tuned in, you might want to tune out. I don't know. You might want to hang around because
hang around. Yeah,
the DA. I'd say give him about a half hour. We got about 20 minutes, half hour to rock. But I'm about sick of these NBA guys, Kev. I don't know what. They don't understand what it is, what respect is, what it means. But I'm gonna let the DA handle that because I think he has something to say about that. I'm not gonna speak for him, but I'm gonna let him handle that about the 8 o'clock, whatever how the show, probably about the 8 o'clock hour. So, ladies and gentlemen,
okay, the DA, what's up, sir? How are you going? How's it going tonight?
I'm good, man. I was saying the dude's voice was garbled, man. In the beginning, with the Sports Chasers, it gargles every time.
It might be connection, something like that. We'll fix it. We'll get it. But I'm glad you're doing well tonight. Like I said, I'd like to get into tonight. Hey, before we get into it, let me just bring a special shout out. I'm wearing an East Carolina hat. Shout out to my main man, my nephew, Omar Rogers, man. He's a defensive back with former, because he just graduated.
Yeah,
he had his pro day 2 Saturdays, I believe, man. He did well, man. So hopefully, man, he'll be drafted or, drafted as a free agent in the NFL, man. So we're hoping and praying that all go well. He had a tremendous pro day.
That's good.
Played for, like I said, East Carolina. Hey, shout out to his moms, man. Shout out to his moms. Glassy Brown, you know what I'm talking about, man. She sells cookies, man. Y'all go support Glassy Brown.
She in the Philadelphia area?
She's in the South New Jersey, Philadelphia area, man.
Yeah.
But
very good cookies, by the way.
She sells cookies worldwide. So make sure you I'll probably put the link in here. I don't know if they're watching, man, but support to them and support to Omar. Omar, if you're watching, you're not gonna change my mind about that guy. If you keep sending me whatever about that guy. You know what I'm talking about. Mr. LBJ himself. So you're not gonna change my mind. I know who's great. But hey, let's get into the show. Let's get into the news. DA, did you have something? No, you said you'll wait. Well, let me go to one of DA's favorite topics here. The Tampa Bay Rays. Tampa Bay Rays from Jack Bear from Yahoo Sports. He said today the Tampa Bay Rays are set to return to Tropicana Field in 2026 thanks to a vote by the St. Petersburg City Council, which approved $22.5 million to replace the stadium hurricane-damaged roofs. The damage came from Hurricane Milton, which shredded the old Teflon fiberglass roof. The new roof will use the same material.
That's good. Glad to hear that.
The new roof will be the same material.
That's not good. But go ahead.
The total repair bill is expected to be $55.7 million, covering both the roof and the interior renovations. The city is contractually obligated to make the repairs under its landlord agreement with the Rays.
That's why it's the same roof.
Despite the funding, there's uncertainty that the team's long-term future in St. Pete, the Rays recently backed out of a $1.3 billion new stadium project and have hinted a relocation, with Orlando mentioned as a potential destination for all those people that are not from the Tampa, Florida area. Orlando is probably about an hour and change east of Tampa. If that. For now, the Rays are now playing their 2025 home games at Steinbrenner Field in Tampa, the spring training home site of the Yankees. The city council voted 7-1 favor, but some members were vocal about their reluctance. Council member Brandy Goldberg said, "I'd much rather be spending that money on hurricane recovery and helping residents."
Yeah, especially if they're not coming back. But,
Meanwhile, the frustration is boiling over. Opening day featured chance of sell the team. MLB officials are reportedly echoing similar sentiment behind closed doors to owner Stuart Sternberg. Rays president Brian Alt said that praised the decision and called it a major step towards hosting opening day 2026 at the Trop, as they call it. DA, your thoughts on this?
Yeah, everybody knows they're moving, so that's why the landlord only put on what he had. If you ever lived in an apartment somewhere, the landlord is not giving you something new. They're going to give you exactly what you had, and that's a sign of that, right? Because he knows you're moving out, and someone else that never had that's going to move in, and it's going to look good to them. So, yeah, they know they're moving. So that's what this is. It's no more, no less. And happy hunting when the Devil Rays bounce up to Orlando. And that's what's going to happen. There you go. Pretty simple.
Gotcha. D-Dubs, thoughts on Orlando? I mean, excuse me. The Tampa.
Oh, you already got them going.
They're going. They're already going. Like, don't think they're not going. They're going.
Yeah, I mean, listen, by the looks of the owner putting back all the stuff, doesn't sound like they are staying, like the DA says. Doesn't sound like, it sounds like they gone. Which makes you would think that if somebody was staying, you going, like, if you're staying in your home, you're going to put better stuff in there.
You're not going to put the same thing.
You ain't going to put the same stuff in there, right? So you
just flew off last storm, right? You
right,
another one
right? Yeah, because you're just not going to do that, right? You're going to update and put the better stuff up there because you plan on staying for a while.
If you can,
right? So with that being said, Tampa Bay obviously doesn't seem to think that the Rays is going to stay. So, I don't blame them. I don't blame them one bit. The fans are moving. What they went down. They're playing the George Steinbrenner's, the Yankee Stadium.
They're playing probably over the. Actually, it's called Tampa Bay. So
Tampa Bay
in the city of Tampa, where and if you don't know the complex in the area, so literally George Steinbrenner Field is right down the street from Raymond James Stadium, where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers play, the NFL team. So they got like a little sports complex in there, and yeah.
So what I'm getting at, because from what I understand, that when they played that Steinbrenner Field, seats about 10,000 people. So they were saying that how intimate it looked, and how it looked on TV, because there was the crowd was there as opposed to playing at the.
Is it packed out?
Yeah, it looked like it was packed out, right?
That's good then. You know what you need to buy next time out. 10,000.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
Hey, 10,000 D? I don't think that.
Well, I mean,
I'm not sure why that's a bad thing, man.
10,000 floor. Yo, y'all got too much going on down there. It's too much
I really don't see why
to see and do. Be outside. I mean, I'm with D. I think that's all you need.
In my world of project management, no matter what you're doing, whatever you're building, you want to size your project right. You don't want to invest too much money in a project that's only for 10,000 people, or too little money for projects for 10,000 people, right? That's how you waste money, right? You size your project for the people that are going to use it.
Orlando, are y'all listening?
Yeah, that means they're going to build another minor league stadium?
Doesn't matter. Like, why make 30 pancakes if 10 people are coming?
Well, I mean,
you waste. That's just waste. And over time, that waste is going to drag your bottom line down.
It's going to cost you.
Yeah, that's not good for you.
It's going to cost you at the end. So, yeah. I mean.
Yeah, definitely, man. We'll move on. Move on to some happy news. Carmelo Anthony. That's right. Carmelo Anthony, first ballot Hall of Fame, all-time bucket getter, and so much more. This is from Dan Devine of Yahoo Sports. He said Carmelo Anthony is officially headed to the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame a no-brainer for one of the game's most gifted scorers. While critics may note his lack of NBA title and minimum deep playoff success, only one trip past the second round in 19 seasons, Melo's basketball resume stretched far beyond the NBA, NCAA champion, and Final Four outstanding player of the year in 2003, led Syracuse to its first national title as a freshman. Three-time Olympic gold medalist with Team USA, second only to Kevin Durant in total gold. Still holds a single-game scoring record for Team USA, 37 points in 14 minutes versus Nigeria. He was drafted in 2003 after LeBron James and before Bosh and Wade immediately revitalized the Denver Nuggets, turned them from 17 wins to a perennial playoff contender. He also took on the challenge of leading the New York Knicks. Yes, he came back home to the Knicks, bought them their first 51 season in playoff series and win in 13 years and scored a franchise record 62 points in a single game back in 2014. I remember that game. His career totals as it states, he scored over 28,000 points, 10th all time, 20,000 points, 7,000 rebounds, 3,000 assists. Only 21 players have ever done that. He's a 10-time All-Star, 6-time All-NBA. He was named the NBA's 75th anniversary team in 2022. Melo later years included humbling transitions, accepting bench roles in Portland and LA, shooting a career best of 40.9% and three and contributing as a veteran president. His evolution reflects a man who adjusted to a changing game, found peace with his journey, and left the sport on his own terms. He says, a quote to remember, I won back in 2003, and the night I shook David Stern's hand on the stage, I made it out of Red Hook. I won at life. To all my people that don't know what Red Hook, that's in Brooklyn, New York, section in Brooklyn. Now I heard you can catch cruise ships out of Red Hook.
You can. It's different now. But, you know.
Yeah, it's not when Miller was growing up. Not that same Red Hook. Shout out to Red Hook. Shout out to Brooklyn. Now from Red Hook and Baltimore to Springfield, Carmelo Anthony welcomes to basketball immortality. I'll get this to the DA. Thoughts on Melo?
Well, you kind of just said it. I mean, that's my dude. One of the best Knicks, probably second-tier Knicks of all time. Great player everywhere he went, where they let him play. Was never a selfish dude. A lot of class, a lot of style. I kind of my most poignant Melo moment was this, man, when Phil Jackson and everybody else was straight crapping on the man. The man said nothing. He just kept going to work. Right? And he never said anything bad to Phil Jackson. Never said nothing to D'Antonio. Didn't say nothing. He just kept playing, doing his job.
Even in Houston.
Yeah. Didn't say a word. And to me, especially with the advent of things that are happening right now with guys talking, and I don't have a problem with athletes speaking. That's not a problem I have at all. I think everyone deserves to speak and say what's on their mind. Got no issue with that at all. But he always tried to speak intelligently. He kind of knew the room. And yeah, I always had love for him, man. And the dude, from his on the court game, which is most important to me, his jab step, triple threat, all the things that I saw kids learning growing up, he did in the NBA. And that's why I appreciated his game more than I appreciated a lot of the other dudes that were a lot more athletic, could jump over. Because there was a time when he could. There was a time when Melo was dunking on you, like for sure. But he also had that jab step, triple threat, fake, jump shot, bow. We're good. Let's go. And that's the way my son played. And so always appreciate that style, because that harkened me back to the 70s where, you know, triple step, triple threat was a real thing. And guys used it and it worked. And for him to use it for guys to use that same move in the 70s up into the 2000s and it still be effective, it just showed you, man, that he was a great player, man. And that's why
he took that from the Plumbers, huh?
That's why, yeah, he took it from the Plumbers. And he didn't worry about George Karl, because George Karl was a wild guy. I don't know why George didn't like him. Maybe because he didn't go to Carolina. Got no idea. I didn't know that, D. But without that, right? Without coaches liking him or wanting him to even be there, he still excelled. That's a man, right? He didn't need somebody to always pat him on the shoulder and say he was the best or this, that, and the third. So I really dug the dude. So that's about all I'm gonna say on it. Congratulations, Melo, for sure. A first ballot HOF for real.
Got you. D-Dubs. And I'll get my
Yeah, man. Yo, Melo was a love Nick, man. He was beloved, man. He was no sucker, man. He did it his way. Even though the way they try to phase him out, that's the only part of this whole thing I didn't like about how they did him and try to phase him out. And how they changed the game. The game changed right in the middle of our eyes. The game changed, and they phased him out. While they were saying that he was well, what were some of the things they were saying? He hold on to the ball, but meanwhile, I'm looking at other guards holding on to the ball all for the whole 24-second shot clock. He was this. He was too much in the paint. He was that. The game wasn't fluid. It stopped when with the ball's in his hands. All types of silly shit you heard, and he still like the DA said, he still excelled and was play no defense. Thanks,
He used
Mike.
to. He did in Denver.
Right, which he should have won Rookie of the Year that year, but got overshadowed by LeBron James, which everybody knows that he should have got that Rookie of the Year over LeBron James. But that's neither here nor there. He's a Hall of Famer, and shout outs to that guy. I just really wish that the Knicks at the time when they got him,
yes,
would have waited out that season. They got him on the next season instead of gutting the whole team. And possibly if they didn't do that, if they don't make that move, possibly we looking at a different team and a better team.
Probably got a chip.
Possibly. Possibly got a chip and go further and deeper in the Eastern Conference playoffs. And when I'll never forget when that was going on, I was like, "Yo, Melo, just wait, bro, just wait for Galliani, just wait." Nope.
It wasn't him though. If you listen to it after the fact, it wasn't him. It was his representatives that wanted to go right then and there, and the league, because he was like he didn't care. He said he didn't care if he went free agent or not. He just knew he was coming.
Even though he didn't care, had he cared and looked at it in a different light, it might have been different. You know what I'm saying? I know what you're saying.
He didn't care where he came, when he came. Right. But it was his management that was pushing for him to do the trade thing, so everybody eats. Like they don't really like free agents to go because only one team gets the benefit from a free agent leaving. Right? They would rather it be a trade because it's good for the news, it's good for this, it's good for that. It's a big trade. But Melo didn't care. So he said he knew he was going to the Knicks anyway, whether it was free agency or whether it was a trade. So, they just kept pushing it on him. Like, we got to do this, we got to do that. And I was like, that's,
Yeah, I started looking at it now. It's like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Kev.
No, I was saying Mike Bristol. Shout out to all those in the comments. I see in the YouTube comments. Mike, Debbie, Moms is in the comment. Yeah, Mike, I'm with you, man. His son is following his footsteps.
Definitely.
The right way. Shout out to him.
Well, I'm not gonna say that. Don't say that. Just say he's following in the way he's following his follower. That's all.
Yeah, I didn't say anything, man. I just
said the right way. You said the right way, which means the wrong way.
All right. Okay. All right.
You know how to do that.
All right. Cool. Shout out to all those that's made the league, man. Shout out to all man.
He got to make it. He ain't there yet. Hopefully, he doesn't get hurt. Has a good college career. I think he's going to use USC now, or no? It's not Syracuse.
No, don't give him that. USC.
No, it's not. It's not Syracuse. It's might be Arizona. I'm not sure where he's going, but I know he's going to another school. It's not Syracuse.
Okay.
He chose another institution to enroll in. So when is his time?
Yeah, when is his time? Hopefully, he shines like you said. He'll get the great opportunity to do his thing. So shout out to Melo, Hall of Famer, man, first ballot. For all those and the gentleman that Dan Devine, who wrote the article, he said it so eloquently. He says, for all those that don't know, that this is not the NBA Hall of Fame. This is the Basketball Hall of Fame. So it reflects all your your basketball resume. So you played in the NBA, the Olympics, overseas.
Well, he's the
All of
most decorated Olympic athlete we have in basketball.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
And the Syracuse run was a run that you could only live through that.
Yeah.
You know, because he took a team.
That was a hell of a
Let's say
run.
put a team on your shoulders. Name somebody else on the team besides McNamara.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a magical run that he went on. So
I think he might have had one of them Warwick boys, Hakeem Warwick, or one of them cats with him. But that
was it?
Yeah,
I don't know. I can't
one
remember.
of them cats.
Hey, he is going to Syracuse.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah, son,
all right, cool. That's awesome, man.
He's still going to Q's?
Yeah.
I thought he switched out, but yeah, that's dope.
That's great, man. Good job for Melo, man. Like I said, congratulations to Carmelo Anthony, man, for, like I said, a illustrious career, man. And D-Dubs, I'm with that, and then we'll move on. I'm with you on how he got kind of skated at the end of his career.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, the game changed. I didn't even think about it like that, but yeah, the game changed like literally in front of his eyes.
Yeah. He was still a player. He still could play, but they was acting like
they said it changed. It didn't change.
They was acting like that he couldn't play.
Yeah,
that was. I'm like, what are we talking about? Like he can still play.
They said it, but that wasn't true. He dribbles the ball too much. Oh, more than Luka? Oh, okay. There we go. Let's go. Next. I like Luka, but the facts are the facts. He doesn't dribble the ball more than Luka. Never did.
Oh man, that's true, man. Shout out to East Coast Gridiron. Dante's in the building. Yo, what's good, man? What's going on, man? I appreciate you. Dante must be in my notes because I'm about to do a football thing. Hey, we'll be doing a show with East Coast Gridiron on April 12th on a Monday. We're starting at 7:00, man. We're going to rock out with the draft special. I appreciate Dante and the East Coast Gridiron crew. Anytime I call, they come through. Like I said, you want some real draft analysts on NFL? Come check out that show on that Monday, April 21st. Make sure you.
Hey, I definitely gotta go check it out because I want to make sure that we get the right specs on Shedeur Sanders because they gonna pick him at 3. I'm telling you.
Yeah. And they're trying to trade a quarterback.
Oh yeah, because
or if they don't, I just believe. Listen, man, it's best available, but it's 8:00, and I'm taking the show over. It's a wrap down right now, Kev. So whatever you have written down, you got to show.
Okay.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages.
Let me put you up here then.
Yeah, cover your ears.
Yeah, I told you, man, got something to say.
I'm not going to curse. I'm trying not to curse, all right? But this is going to go a few different places. And I need the Sports Chasers world to stay with me, 1. Just listen to me, 2. And make sure you tell everybody about what I'm about to say, because this is dead serious to me. This is regarding the whole Draymond Green not respecting his elders and guys that came before him. So that's what this is. At the end, I'll get back to. All right. At the beginning, I'm going to tell you something a dude in jail told me. And ladies, please don't take this the wrong way. And you could, and I can get canceled, but it is what it is.
Wait, you was in jail with him, or he told you?
No.
Oh,
it's a dude I knew that was in jail.
Oh, he was okay. I got it. I'm just making sure. I just want to clarify.
He didn't tell it to me while we was in jail.
Okay, gotcha. I'm just making sure.
Clarify that though.
He said, "Young Lord, you know why a lot of young black men are in jail?" And I said, "Why?" He said, "Because they raised by women, and women live in feelings. And the problem with feelings is that you feel one way today, and you feel another way tomorrow. So there are more dudes in jail than enough that felt that a dude disrespected them today and shot them, and the next day didn't feel that way." Okay? Here we go to Draymond. He feels that this age of players does not deserve the vitriol or comments or even, hey, if you dribble this way, maybe you do better. So they don't want to take any comments, whether bad or constructive criticism from the folks before them. But at the same time, they getting in their feelings. They would like to tell older men, you guys are suck. You know, the 70s, we tired of the 90s. You guys couldn't do that. We played with you back then. We'd kill you. We'd do this and we do that with no context around vitamins, food, how you travel or anything, how you grew up, right? You just want to get into saying guys can't play, and you don't want to hear any comments from them when they're saying to you, hey, young fella, maybe if you try to do this, this may work. A young fella, if you try to do that, that may work. Because most times when I hear initial comments from older players to younger players, it's always in the guise of advice. Hey, young fella, I tried this didn't work. Maybe you want to do this. Or, maybe you want to see this or try to do this. All right? These young guys right now don't want to hear any constructive criticism from anyone. They don't want to hear bad criticism, and that's the problem, right? So don't get in your feelings. Understand, as a professional athlete, that you can't do the feelings thing, right? Guys say, you're missing layups, you're doing this, you're doing that. There's only one thing you could do. Put your head down and make your layups. Not for the guy that's saying it in the crowd, not for the guy that's saying it on TV, not for Larry Bird that's saying it, but for your own team and your own career, you got to make your layups or whatever it is you're doing, right? The older guys are saying, hey, man, you don't come out and pat your own self on the back and say, man, look, me, Draymond Green, I could have guarded this one. I could have guarded that one. I don't have to give respect to my older generation, right? I'm not going to go too far because if I did, then I start to cursing that I did in the car with Dial on them. Where this really hits me hard, Draymond, as a black man from Michigan, where you're from.
Don't say as a father, but go ahead.
Definitely as a father too, man.
Oh, okay.
You guys have to understand, like I grew up in New York City in the 80s, in the crack era. It was absolutely crazy. And we had two languages. The language we spoke to our boys and the language we spoke to adults. And that's all adults. Teachers, cops, reverends, it didn't matter who you was. You was an adult, you're going to get this language. If you're a kid, you're going to get this language, right? Draymond, what you're saying is, and what these kids hear from you is, when you say don't respect your prior errors, is not to respect your prior errors. Because you didn't make a differentiation in your comments, sports and life. So these kids see you, and now they talking to cops all kind of way. They talking to teachers all kinds of way. They're talking to ladies in the store that's, trying to move their groceries or do whatever. All kinds of ways.
They're talking to their parents all kinds of ways.
Yes.
Okay.
So you're talking about the breakdown of society. And I know it sounds corny, D, but man, I know dudes that got wrecked up when I was a kid by the officers that, everybody tuned them up because they weren't respectful.
It's tune-up. That's what they call it.
It's a tune-up, Sorry, Uncle Paulie. But the point that I make is, dog, we don't want to put our kids in front of that. And I'm not telling them that if the officer is bad, What I'm saying to you is how to speak to people. Respect is respect, whether it's respect in language or in action. So when you're saying we shouldn't respect our elders, that's a problem, Draymond. And I implore everyone that watches this, sees this, has a friend that sees this, to get this out there, because we need to get Draymond to kind of walk that back and say, okay, if it's in sports, I still don't think it's right? Because you should respect Larry Bird, Dave DeBusschere, Moses Malone, Dennis Rodman, because they did what they did so you can have these big contracts today.
Facts. So
that you can get this 49% of all profits that the NBA makes that goes into salaries, right? That is collectively bargaining came over years of dudes bringing the league from tape delay to Michael Jordan to the Bad Boys to Michael Jordan, LA, and the Celtics, and all these teams bringing you here. For you not to have respect for those guys is absolutely stupid, because the one thing young dudes hope to get is old.
Keep living.
Keep living.
We all want to be an OG at some point if you're smart. So when you get to be 60 and you're on this show, Draymond Green, you're going to want the young kids that are playing then to respect what you did. And to offhand, out of nowhere, have no respect for what you are doing and how you're doing it, even though you may have commented on how that younger guy plays defense or wears his uniform or does this or does that, that means that you have no awareness of life, right? So I grew up liking hip hop, grew up with it. Old dudes are like, what are you doing? What's that? Turn up, hey, put my Gap Band record back on. You got to put that Funkadelic back on, right? Put it on. Mm-hmm. And we did it because that's what they listened to. We had to respect that. It wasn't, nah, man, I'm going to play this one DMs. No. Their house, they're paying the bills. Respect is due. You pay the bills. You here. You brought me here. You got it. That message that you sending out, man, is not a good message.
It's dangerous.
It's
a
very
dangerous message.
And that's why I'm like, yo, dude. And it's cool. It's not even cool if you say it with sports, but the reality is, homie, you did. You did, because I watched what you and Baron Davis did, and Baron tried to go forward, which is like, yo, listen, young boy, you got to respect the elders because they got you here. And you there, talking. And dude, listen, man, it's a dangerous message that you're sending. You know, because these kids are only seeing one part of it. Mm-hmm. And if one kid picks up on that and curses at his mother, then dude, you are wrong. Period. Yeah. End story. I'm done.
It's a public service announcement.
I'm kind of done with sports, like right now. I'm dead. I'm dead serious. Like I'm not even playing with y'all. Like I am done with sports on the whole right now. If this is where dudes is doing things. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? For real. Like I'm here, but man, listen, I'm not here because that'll tell you how mad I got earlier, man.
Well, I think you know what he's saying. Like you said, I watched the thing with him and Baron Davis, man. And like you said, Baron Davis was kind of trying to tell him, yo, dog, you need to probably walk that back a little bit. And, you know, he didn't. He stood 10 toes deep, as we all say. And I didn't even think of that part, but you're right. It's very dangerous telling people, hey, don't respect the elders. It's the elders who got you here in the first place. Respect them.
Yeah, I can't do this, man.
You know, but you know, I said again, we're saying on this show, I'm waiting for Ryan to come on. I don't know if we see him, but you know, the NBA, today's guys act like we can't say anything to them about them. You know, and that's fine. And
no, it's not fine, Kev. It's not fine.
I'm saying
they're dealing in their feelings, and they're not dealing in facts.
Well, I'm saying it's fine from the fact that keep on keeping up, and things absolutely will go reversal. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, it may not be next year, but keep on because the fans, they pay your salary. The fans, they subscribe to all these you can't even get your, you know, all these downloadable things that you have to watch your team. It's ultimately the fans. So, you know, keep on.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
It's sad, man, because you know, like it's bigger than like, yo, what your kids are watching. They're watching you, man. Like you that's what the athletes say they want to be as role models. And you get here, no one can, you know, even comment about, you know, hey, this game is that, this is that, this now. So what happens is, like I said before, it goes back into that old 90s, you a hater thing, whereas everything you say about anything, you a hater. No, I'm not a hater. And it's weird because these guys get coached up until the time they get to college. So they're used to somebody telling them something. But now you've gotten to this age and now you can't tell me anything. Okay. I don't know any other husband that's gotten perfect at the point in time we got married. So we can't, you can't say nothing to the husband at the time he got married. Right? We're all adults. Like, shoot, that's when it starts. You know, that's when it starts. You know, I'm like, come on, man. Just so blown back.
Yeah, it's something. Shout out to Miss Hard for checking in. Thank you so much. Thank you for all those that's checking in, whether you're on Twitch, Facebook, X, YouTube. Yeah, thank you, DA, for that. Thank you, DA, for that. Wonderful job. Hold on, let me give you some applause, bro, man. No, I didn't mean
I don't do that, man. I'm good. Just need a second, fellas. Just need a second.
Hey, I mean, it's it's all good. He definitely needs that second. He got his second. Hey, man, it's stuff that we've been talking about for a long time, man. It's and it's coming. I totally feel. Me and him talk for about a half hour or so today, and it's for real. And we watching them. You watching these kids become grown men, and then they get here, they get a spot, you getting a bag full, they're getting money like nobody else is getting. Them old guys that you talk about, the old elder guys that got you here, and now you taking a dump on them.
I think though that comes there's a lot of intricacies that comes in there. I think the commissioner has a lot to do with this.
Oh yeah.
Me,
let me tell you, right? I talked about. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
You got it.
What I said about like that whole Ja Morant thing. Like, dog, he would have got a call from me. And matter of fact, if I was the commissioner, I'm be like, yo, listen, you obviously didn't learn your lesson, so you got to sit down. You have to sit down.
And I heard people defending it. I was like, he can't be doing no kind of gesture of anything resembling a gun. Nothing.
It should be praying hands every time he gets to it. It should be praying hands every time he. Yeah,
would help me.
He should be dropping to his knees and praying. That's what he should be doing. You understand what I'm saying? For giving him another chance.
Oh man, and like Mike said, his father out there fighting at the game, so
you
really don't have a whole bunch of and that's where.
That's another thing. But what you said, it goes back. It's societal. It's a whole thing of this, and we keep on giving these kids. You keep giving them, and they keep on showing their ass.
They go keep taking another step.
They keep showing that habitual. What they said, habitual line crossers.
Line steppers, man.
Right.
Yeah, so you have to at some point.
Oh, you turned this into a parenting show.
Whatever.
No, it is.
Whatever. You know what? That's the problem. That's the problem for the people like you that says this stuff, and there's nobody else that fights back. So what happens is we let the 1% keep talking, right? And all of us are suffering in silence and not saying nothing.
Yeah, somebody
fuck all that. I'm not, enough is enough.
You got.
It's time for the parents to take control of the fucking house.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
And there's nothing wrong with you telling the kid, yo, look, man, hey, money, you just got caught with a gun charge. You don't need to be walking around nowhere with anything that looks like a gun. Okay, that's all. No more, no less. That's the conversation. Think about what I'm saying to you. In these 5 games, you out. You just had a gun charge or some shenanigans with guns last year.
Absolutely.
So let's just keep all imagery of guns from you away.
And again,
I know you weren't being, malicious with the guns. I knew that. I know that.
We know that.
I'm saying for everyone else, boom. That's all.
What we talk about, D? Optics, right? We always say it's optics.
Come on.
It's not what you're doing. It's that what it looks like, what it appears.
Because I don't believe at all, and Kevin will tell you, I don't believe at all that it's the commissioner's place to do any of this. He shouldn't have to.
Shouldn't have to. Really.
Should be the teams. Right. Yeah, you're right. Should be teams taking care of that.
Yeah, it's not his place to do anything, to step in and tell you how to do da da da. Because everybody, dudes do that da da da. They're playing around, but since we're in this time and this is going on, and this has to be explained to you, okay, you got the explanation. Bam.
No,
you got the explanation.
My explanation be sit your ass down. Sit him down.
Well, now it is because they didn't sit him down.
Sit him down and take the money. But I know that's hard to do.
Mike Bristol makes a good point. There's no more Grant Hills in the league. And we talk about
that. I was just about to say, we talked about that. We talked about phasing out the old guys on the benches. There's no.
Oh, we talked about that years ago.
Yeah, there's no guys. There's no veteran players that's on the benches.
Herb Williams, my man down in
no.
Miami. What's his name down in Miami?
Udonis.
Yeah.
Well, that's on the teams. The teams did that. The NBA team and teams conspired to get rid of old contracts like that. I wouldn't say whatever, but yeah, they said that. That's already been in the story that's been written, that the NBA and the owners work together to get rid of those types of contracts, just to get rid of them.
Wow.
Don't want those guys on the bench no more.
Shout out to all those that's in the comments, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate y'all for chiming in. If you're first timer, man, just chime in. Let us know that you're first timer, man, on whatever platform you're in. We appreciate you.
Yeah, because all those dudes are now doing podcasts, except for Playoff P, who should probably be with those old dudes.
Yeah, Playoff P.
Yeah.
Yo, they said Playoff P had more podcast episodes than games played.
Oh yeah.
He should be retirement P, because it's time for him to. I think it's time for him to check out.
Playoff P. Let me and let me just say this, man. That wasn't scripted or nothing like that. That was DA on his own doing this thing. I had no idea he was going to do it. Shout out to him, man. And he did a great job. He didn't swear. I thought he was going to go. He waited to the 30-minute mark, but
he did an excellent job, man.
Excellent job expressing himself without swearing. And my mother would be so proud. She's in the comments, man. I'm pretty sure she's going to.
The reason I didn't curse, because I want other people to hear it.
Yeah.
I want somebody to get to Draymond. And Doug, if you got a problem, you can come at me, because I ain't Jordan Poole. I'm letting you know. I let him fly. I'm not down to fight you, but I am from Harlem, and I'm good with my hands. Always been. So that's that. That's that. That's not.
You promoting violence on YouTube?
Yeah, I tell you all the time, man. I tell people all the time I choose violence. I've chosen it my whole life. So yeah.
Let me go back to the news. We're back to the news now. Scenes from the Athletics' awkward home opener in Sacramento sell the team chance and lopsided final score. This is from Dan Vietti from CBS Sports. He says the Oakland A's debuted their temporary new home in Sacramento, Sutter Health Park on Monday, their first MLB game in California's capital. The sellout crowd of 12,192 brought early energy, but that quickly turned into confusion and frustration over the team's 18-3 blowout loss to the Chicago Cubs. Fans chanted, "Sell the team and let's go Oakland," underscoring resentment over the A's planned move to Las Vegas by 2028. Though Sacramento hosted the game, check this out, y'all. The game lacked identity. There were no references to Sacramento from the PA announcer on the scoreboard. The team was simply called the A's. The fan experience was a mixed bag. Long lines for merchandise and concessions, fireworks and music lit up the pregame. Stadium rebranded with the A's logo, but tailgating was minimal compared to Oakland's vibrant scene. The awkwardness was palpable. Fans struggled to unify around a chant, "Let's go, Sacto never stuck." No presence of Oakland iconic right field bleachers crew. The atmosphere lacked the soul of the Coliseum. And in tribute to the late Ricky Henderson, all the A's players and number 24, a classy move on otherwise disappointing night. The game left a big question. Whose team is this really? Is it Sacramento's or is it Oakland?
It's Las Vegas, isn't it? I don't know what they're trying to do. No one cares about you cheering for 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're talking about they don't want to give it a name or anything like that. Major League Baseball they dropped the ball on this one. And that guy, the owner of the A's, I think we did something on him. He absolutely, he did that. He purposely did not upgrade the stadium, none of that stuff, because
he wanted out.
He wanted out.
Yep.
It's been
Major League Part 1.
Yeah, it's been happening ever since the Dodgers left Brooklyn and moved out to LA. And same thing with the San Francisco Giants moved the same year back in 1957, I believe. They was like, well, the Polo Grounds at Ebbets Field was no more good. We got to go out west. And there they are now. So let me go to the NFL. DA absolutely would love this. The controversial play where teams pushed the quarterback and behind to gain short yardage was primarily challenged on grounds of players' safety and game flow, initiated by the Green Bay Packers. But here's the kicker. There hasn't been no injuries.
Yeah, I know. That's what you're
complaints about pace of play fell flat. Example, Commanders jumped offside 4 times trying to stop it.
And people think we're stupid.
Packers president Mark Murphy claimed that there is no skill involved. It's an automatic first down. It should be removed. But only the Eagles and Bills consistently succeeded at it, running it a combined 163 times in 3 years and an 87% success rate compared to a 71% league average. The real issue are the teams can't stop it and don't have quarterbacks like Jalen Hurts and Josh Allen to run it effectively. Hart argues if we're banning plays just because they're ineffective, what's next? Ban Derrick Henry's stiff arm? Cap Lamar Jackson's rushing attempts? The call to ban the play is more about frustration than fairness and not lacked by facts or widespread injuries. Quote from Jay Hart.
Yeah,
I'll just say this real quick. I'll let you get a D8. They absolutely, Green Bay, this is sour grapes. They can't stop the play. Stop lying about player safety, because you know what's the real thing about player safety? Y'all added another game, and then y'all going to add another. You're going to add game 18. That's about player safety.
And game 18 is going to be on the ice cap of the moon somewhere. So, yeah, you don't care about the players. Stop.
Oh, but we care about the players. No, you don't. No, you don't.
Just foolish. The players are play that we learn as kids. Everybody that plays any pop water, you're going to run the wedge. It's the same play. Get behind the big guys in the front and everybody chop their feet and move forward 4 yards and fall down. It's just a wedge. If you run, any wing T type offense, any wing offense that's in there, it's a wedge, and that's with especially a double wing. So it's not something that people don't do. And they're pros. You're supposed to know how to stop it by now, if there is a way to stop it.
Yeah, I totally agree. I
know a way to stop it. Don't let them on your fucking 1 yard line. There you go.
There you go.
How about that?
Sorry, Mom. Man. Sorry.
Go ahead. Let's go.
Much to do about nothing, man. I don't. They're going to review. They're not going to do nothing, man. They're going to leave it in there. I mean, I don't. Yeah, I really don't got nothing for you. I don't know what they're trying to do. It's not it's not player safety. It's not. Did anybody get hurt? Has anybody been hurt?
No. Right. That's what they said. There's nobody that has gotten hurt.
No, nobody.
I really don't know what we're talking about then. So
I know.
Let me go into the other NFL story. And this is from Chris Wick from Yahoo Sports. He says NFL makes rule changes for 2025, including a new regular season overtime format, expanded replay assist, high-tech first down measurements, and kickoff touchback adjustments. Overtime rules change says both teams will now get a guaranteed possession in overtime during regular season games, just like in the postseason. If still tied after each team has the ball, the next score wins. Overtime period remains 10 minutes, not the proposed 15 minutes. Okay, player safety. A regular season OT can still end in a tie, unlike the playoffs. Expanded replay assists. Replay can now be used for the following: hits on defensive players, face mask grabs, horse collar tackles, tripping, running into, roughing the kicker, and catch only reviewable if a flag is thrown. No flag, no challenge.
Whoa. Not the 1 yard line. Were you over the thing or not? So we can tell whether it was a first down or not. We're not going to do that.
Well, they said they have some. What's that? Oh, I'm getting ready to read. I'm getting ready to read that. The Hawkeye tech for first downs. Here you go, DA.
That's all I care about. Everything else is bullshit. So go ahead.
Sony's Hawkeye 8K camera system will now measure first downs. Replaces the old chain gain on crucial plays. So you still will have your chain gain. They'll be out there, but only on crucial plays.
Yeah, I like the Hawkeye.
Yeah. Measurement timeouts for 30 seconds, saving almost a full minute. Chain crew will still be used in a secondary role. And then you have the touchback rule that changed that again. Kickoffs, touchbacks now start at the 35-yard line, designed to up from the 30, designed to increase return. Aiming for 60 to 70%, up from 33%. Other proposals and updates: the Tush push ban. They postponed that vote till May. Lions proposed to remove automatic first downs for defensive holding failed. Lions playoff seeding.
Yeah, I like that one.
So let's go back to one. So the Lions proposed a remove automatic first downs for defensive holding failed.
Yeah.
Tell us why you like that.
Because in college, man, you just get the ball where it's at, man. I'm not give you automatic first down. Wherever the holding occurred is where the ball is.
Okay. Got you. The Lions playoff seeding idea. The Lions still mad about that seeding. To rank wildcard teams with better records high was tabled, but I guess they'll talk about it in May. The Steelers free agent contract proposal passed. Teams can now talk directly to free agents and schedule travel during negotiating windows with a 1-year trial. Gotcha. Ryan, what's up, brother? How are you tonight? Right.
What up?
What's up?
Computer working. We good tonight, man. Shout out to Ryan, man. He was so diligent. He tried to get on like 5 times last week. It just wasn't working out, man. And he was still trying to do it. He was right into a moment, and then it cut off, man. I said, Ryan, we got it. I got it, man. But no, you good, brother. We appreciate you so much, man. We're going to talk some NBA and NCAA here in a minute. Let me just go over baseball real quick. Yes, it's baseball season. The Torpedoes. I'm not talking about torpedo bat, but let me just talk about this real quick. From CBS Sports, from Mike Cizo, he says that Shohei Ohtani hit a walk-off home run in the 9th minute Wednesday night to lift the Dodgers to a 6-5 victory in front of a sellout crowd at his own bobblehead night. The win puts the Dodgers at a perfect 8-0, best start by a defending World Champion Series, and the team's best start since 1955 when they were still in Brooklyn. Dodgers rallied from a 5-0 deficit, sparked by home runs from Tommy Edman, Michael Conforto, and a game tying double by Max Muncy and capped by Ohtani's heroics. Muncy struggled early. He was 0 for 3 using one of MLB's new torpedo bats. Then he switched back to his old bat and delivered a clutch game-tying double in the 8th. So now I heard that these players were using these bats last year.
Yes, they were.
So why are we so? I don't know.
The news guys were bored.
Okay. The Braves are still winners after the loss. Atlanta dropped to 0-7. Ouch. The only MLB team without a win this season. No MLB team has ever made the playoffs after starting 0-7. The game, including 2 throwing errors by Muncy, all 5 Braves runs were unearned off Blake Snell, who walked 4 in 4 innings. The Dodgers are now headed to Philadelphia for their first road trip of the season. The Braves, meanwhile, finally head home to Truist Park to face the Miami Marlins after a brutal West Coast swing. Also, the Padres, they're also 7-0.
Yeah, I was about to go there with you, man.
I got you, bro. I got you on your Padres, man. The Padres are playing well. They swept the Braves in the beginning, the first couple of games. So yep, they got that, and that's all I got. Anything on the Dodgers, which I know is too early.
They're going to play a team that has a pulse. So the Phillies are balling. So I think they're 5-1 or something. So yeah, they're going to play a team with a pulse, and we'll see what happens. All right. So,
yeah, Philadelphia is 5-1. Marlins are 4-3. The Mets are 3-3, and the NL East. Nationals and Braves are. Nationals only got 1 win. Braves have again no wins. So that's it. It's still early. We're on week 2.
Very early.
Yeah, very early. Glad baseball's back. We can talk some baseball. 2. Let me move on real quick to the National Hockey League. Dan's not with us tonight, but I'm here. I'm just gonna give you who's in the playoff chase and race. Here, real quick. No, that's not it. So currently, right now, you got Tampa in the East. In the Eastern Conference, you got the Maple Leafs. You got the Tampa Bay Lightning, the Florida Panthers, and you got Washington, Carolina, and New Jersey. And then for the wild card, you have Ottawa and Montreal. And they got 74 points apiece. The Rangers are right behind. I'm sorry, not 74 points apiece. They have 84 and 79, and the Rangers also have 79 points apiece. But the Rangers Montreal has a better winning percentage at this point, as they have a game in hand. They played 74 games, as the Rangers played 75, with 7 more games to play, as they play an 82-game season. The Winnipeg Jets in the West, they're the top dog. Dallas Stars, Colorado. Winnipeg has 105 points. Dallas Stars. Then you got the Colorado Avalanche. They got 96 points. In the Pacific, you got Vegas, the Golden Knights, Then you have the Kings, and then you have the Edmonton Oilers. And then the wild card, you got Minnesota and you got St. Louis, both with 89 points. I think they're going to lock this up. I think one more win by both of them with 2 more points. They both clinch playoffs, as they both have played 76 games with 6 to play with that. So that's it with the NHL. Like I said, Dan will be back. Hold on. How can I forget, man? He'll be Dan.
Oli the Great.
Yeah, how can I forget that? From Alex Ovechkin, goal tracker, Capital Stars. He's 3 away from breaking Wayne Gretzky's all-time record. This is from CBS from Chris Bangle. Ovechkin at age 39 is on the brink of making NHL history by surpassing Wayne Gretzky's all-time goal record with 894 goals. Currently totally tally following the recent goal against the Carolina Hurricanes. Ovechkin stands at 892 career goals, just 3 shy of breaking the record. Season performance, Ovechkin had netted 39 goals this season, maintaining a remarkable scoring pace. Remaining schedule, the Washington Capitals have 7 games left in the regular season, providing Ovechkin ample opportunity to achieve this milestone. It'd be nice if he does break it this year. Scoring consistently with goals in just the last 3 consecutive games, Ovechkin is demonstrating peak performance as he approaches the record historically. With some context, surpassing Gretzky's record, long considered unbreakable, would solidify Ovechkin's legacy as one of the greatest goal scorers in NHL history. So that's that.
And he is.
Yeah, true that.
He
Man.
is the machine.
He definitely is. Let's move on to the NBA and college basketball. We'll do the NBA first, and then we'll rock on with college basketball. After this, we got my main man Ryan D'Souza. Let's talk about the NBA. What we got going on with the NBA? My Knicks are 1-9 against teams that are really good.
That's Thibodeau's fault.
Well, 1-9 against the top 4 teams in the NBA. And one of those top 4 teams are my Houston Rockets, who has the 4th best record in the league. Shout out to my Rockets. But yeah, the Knicks are actually 0-8 versus the top 3 teams, which are OKC, Cleveland, and Boston. And they're 1-1 against the Rockets.
Don't watch the playoffs because we won't do well. No, that's exactly what it means. This is why statistical patterns mean something in stocks and bonds and everything else.
Yeah, but there's a lot of variables that goes
the
on.
Only variable the Knicks got is someone on the other team is not playing. That is it. There is no other one.
Well, that's a variable. A lot of champions have been won because another team.
Yeah, we know.
Hurt. So
you roll a dice on somebody else's injuries. That ain't no good.
Right. They listen. The Knicks got the 5th best record in the league.
Yeah, that means they can beat all the bad teams.
Okay, so they're
come on, man. Like bad teams.
You guys complained when they were horrible. Now they're good, and you guys still complain.
You get that wrong. This is where you get that wrong. No, we never stopped complaining, which is one. And we know what a good team.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I said you keep complaining.
Let me get to what my point is. We're not supposed to stop complaining until they're a good team. No, they are not a good team. No, they're not. They're not. But you got 5 guys. Look, Ryan. We're not going to argue about this. Any great basketball team has a bench, and they don't. No, they don't.
Has the 5th best record in the league and not be a good team.
Have a bench.
I don't care. Well, they have a great starting 5. You can't be
5.
Okay, all right, but that you're saying 2 different things. You're saying they're not a good team, or they're not a championship contender. They're a good team.
Right? We're from New York. We would rather shit on you for being a good team than celebrate you for being a great team.
Let me jump in here, Ryan. You said
they're a good team. You say they're not a good team. That's ridiculous.
You said something that made sense. You said that they're not a championship contender. I'll agree with that. I'll say that.
But that's all we want in New York. We don't want nothing else.
God knows.
I mean, you guys haven't won a championship since the 70s.
72.
It is what it is, brother.
These guys are finally viable in the league. They're finally viable in the league, and you guys are still poo-pooing.
How many times we're
mean,
gonna have?
some?
How many times
Have
we're
some
gonna have
some
Julius
positivity.
Randle walking around the Garden to lose to Atlanta? Like, yo, dude, listen, stop, man. That's not what we're here for.
Well, Julius is in Minnesota now, man. So
no. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying.
Shots fired.
The people in New York did not get gassed when we saw that. That's what I'm saying to you. We always like the end product. Listen, if you want to know what New York sports is about, just follow the Yankees. That's what we've always been.
They haven't won in years
that's
either.
That's fine for us, but the point is,
like a decade. When's the last time they won?
Dog, that's fine for us, but we're not going to get gassed till they win one. That's what we are. You live in New York. You know that. We don't care.
I know. I get it. Look, I've always said you guys are the best fans in the whole entire universe. We don't care till you win. New York. We'll rock with you, but we're not going to give you no props. Especially, and this is real talk, right? I've been on real talk all night. Ain't been on no bullshit. Yeah.
Been on some 10 toes down shit, B. We've been telling Tibbs about this fucking playing more than 8 people for the last 7, 8 years. You get no more passes when you get a new contract, and you still cannot find 3 other motherfuckers over 6'8" to play.
I need my police siren. A minute police.
We can't do this. You can't get no more props from me. No, there's no more.
All right, man. But we can't keep talking about the minutes.
I don't care about minutes. I just need dudes that play half a minute.
Right.
Go ahead, D-Dubs. What you got, man? Go ahead.
Nah, I'm just saying I care about the minutes because again, there was an article written. Did I send it to you, Kev? There was an article written about Tibbs and these minutes again. Again, it's going to catch up to you. And to go back to just to piggyback, everybody's playing, just talking about words. No, the Knicks are not. They're a good team this year. Yes, they won They won a lot of games this year. I don't even know what's their 47 games. Right? What are they looking like now?
They got the 5th best record in the league, bro.
They're a good team, but
it's a good team.
As what I know of basketball, unless they go on a tremendous run, the hottest run that you can go on, I don't see them going any further. That they might get one round and get stopped in the second round. I don't see them going any further.
Hey, well, that's a step in the right
direction. Well, no, that's the same
step
that we did last year. So we're not progressing. That's not a progression.
We're doing electric slide, right?
Right. That's all we doing. That's all we doing. We slide it to the left. We slide it to the right.
Move it.
Yeah.
We're not going forward. That's the problem, Ryan. That's the problem. I mean, for Knicks fans, for Knicks fans and basketball fans, Knicks fans, we know we've been through this. Ryan, we've seen this, and this is what we know. This is not a championship team.
Ryan. This is the real talk about sports, Ryan. In every sport, Ryan, this is the real talk. The Knicks are in limbo land where you're good enough to where people go, hey!
Yeah. Well,
but you're not good enough to get any players that can help you in the draft, right? So either you want to be bad enough so you can draft something that can help you, yay! Or good enough when you win something. Being in between,
bro, they got the 5th best record in the league. They're not. No, you're talking about a team that's in the middle of the league that barely makes the playoffs. They have the 5th best record in the league. That's two different things.
You still can't draft. You still answer my question.
At least they have a chance.
Get nothing to help you win.
They have a shot.
You still can't get anything in the draft to help you win, being the 5th best team in the league, right? No.
Let me tell you the next thing.
I mean, let's just stats. Let's just do probability. If you're the 5th best team, the chance of you getting a player that can help you is 50% or more or 50% or less. Oh, God
it depends.
Man. All I want is an answer, man. All I want is an answer.
All I'm going to give you is facts. It depends on what draft capital you have.
All right.
You might have made it. You might have made a trade with some other team. Look at OKC. OKC is number 1 in the league and got all the draft capital from everybody.
Nothing but our cards and our underwear. This is what we got. And look, we're the 5th best team. What's the chances of us getting a great draft, player to help us? Over 50% or less than 50%?
Well, you're not going to be in the lottery.
No.
We all know that.
Answering the question, Ryan. It's over or under. It's over or under. I answer your questions. It's over or under.
It's a ridiculous question.
No, it's not.
Like,
is it a ridiculous question, Kevin?
What? I can answer
What do
it.
you
It's gonna be less.
Okay,
No,
Thank you.
because you know why? Because you can get somebody at the end of the draft that pans out and becomes a great player. You can get somebody at the end in the second round becomes a great player. Draymond Green was in the second round.
I'm gonna hear nothing about Draymond. But here we
I'm
go.
just saying,
Here we go.
You don't have to be in the lottery.
I'm not saying you have to be in the lottery. I said
what you
a
talk
player
about?
that can help. Right? Listen to me. Listen. Open up a play. No. You're not a player that can help. And what team are we talking about in their history with drafts? Now, don't tell me I'm bugging out because I've been around the Knicks. And we're talking about a player that can help. I said a player that can help. That's what I said to you. Knowing the Knicks and the way they draft, can they or will they get a player that can help? It's a yes or no. As a matter of fact, I didn't even say yes, no. I said the prime. I said the.
I don't know
We didn't ask no more questions. We're not fucking with you, Ryan, because you. No. You turning around. You're putting the skirt on, and you don't want to take this one, and that's fine. Just say it.
What are you talking about? You're talking about.
No.
You're asking me a
one
question.
person answered it, then it's not a crazy
draft
question.
somebody? Yes, they.
Okay.
No. I'll answer your question. Yes, they can draft somebody that can help them. Yes, they can. Okay. Because you never know. You never know who they're going to draft. You never know who's going to pan out.
Okay. Well, we'll wait to make sure, and I'll be right again.
You never know.
Well, here's
the
thing, DA, because now when I look at the Cleveland Cavaliers, who we smoked last year, we smoked them last year.
Correct. You got
these guys come back. I don't know what they added, but these guys come back.
That's what they added.
Say it again.
A new coach.
Is that Kenny Atkinson, right?
Yes.
Yeah, well.
Come on, man. Don't fuck with me, y'all. Please, man. Don't
fuck with me, y'all. Saying, man.
Y'all put the guard back in the building.
Hey.
Don't fuck with me tonight. Kevin, tell you about the guard.
No,
don't do
it. My point.
Kevin, tell you don't do it.
My point is, you guys cry bloody murder when you guys suck. You guys are finally good. And you're still crying bloody murder.
We're not good enough.
What is it?
We're not good enough. Hold on, Ryan. When I see the matchup like I see, when I see the game like I seen yesterday, and every time I see them play OKC, these are the top tier teams. When I see them play them, they look horrible.
The standard is the standard, man.
That's all. That's all. That's all.
The standard is the standard.
Listen,
and if you ask Knicks fans around the country, they'll tell you.
The standard is the standard.
They're not there. If you're looking at OKC,
the standard is standard for the Knicks.
No. The standard is the standard for the league. We put our standard with the standard with.
So now it's for the league. There's only one champion.
So what? Why can't we be it? Why can't we be it?
Man, you guys are moving in the right direction. What do you mean? You guys been bad for like 20 years, and now you're finally good for like the last 3 years.
That's good enough for me to have. That's good enough
for
me to have a parade.
No, we never say woe is me. We're not victims.
We never said woe is me.
We're not victims. But what we're telling you is that we're not good enough. I'm telling you, we're not good enough to win.
There's only going to be one.
We know that, and we're not it. That's my hope.
But at least you have a chance. At least you have a shot.
Everybody got a shot beginning of the season, right?
I'm asking you. You rather not be the fifth best team in the league? I'm asking you.
Draft picks,
now you answer my question.
Yes. If I get you draft picks, yes. We already know in football, we do this in baseball all the time. We say put the H on your back and handle it. It's time. Listen, man, we are throwing the season away. We'll throw it away we throw the season away, and we sit back and get players and win.
You're number 3 in a conference. That means you have a chance to do something.
Maybe
not an 8 seed.
Maybe if we had beat the 2 teams in front of us one fucking time this season. Yes.
It's all right. Listen, man. It's the regular season. I get it. They struggle against the top 4 teams. I get it, and rightfully so. But that doesn't mean that they can't get everything together. Like you guys been telling me all year. Or wait till we get Mitch back. Everybody gets healthy. Well, you got Mitch back. You got Mitch back, and then you lost your point guard.
He'll be back this weekend. But
that matters. That matters, man. But you guys still were tough enough and held down the fort to where you still hold on.
That is true.
A good start. We
I'm
came
like,
up
bro,
with
like,
a
what
good
you
start.
want?
Listen, man.
You want to be the Boston Celtics? I get it, but
They
you can't be the
can't be.
Boston
And
Celtics
that's
right now.
Shots fired by Ryan. Go
but-
ahead,
They can't
damn.
be.
Go
We are
ahead,
not.
Ryan. Talk your shit.
But your guys are
If
on
we
the
on the right path. But
Yeah,
okay,
we're not there yet.
enough of the Knicks right now.
Enough of the.
Can you please explain?
Enough
Can you
of that
please?
yellow.
Hold on, D. Can you please explain to me these top two teams in the league right now that
We're not there.
that we finally, the 4-letter network.
Yes.
Finally, I seen it today that they finally talking. It's all of a sudden they talk about Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. They talking about I don't know. They didn't talk too much about Cleveland, but they are talking about OKC. What we got with OKC, man? OKC is having a phenomenal year. They look like they're gonna be 70 games. What you got?
Yeah.
No, I mean OKC's phenomenal. They're leading the best conference as far as from top to bottom. Obviously, the East is top heavy, right? But they're winning the Western Conference by like 15 games, 14 and a half games.
I heard a crazy stat about OKC. OKC beat the Eastern Conference like 29 and 1 against the Eastern Conference.
They're 29 and 1.
That is crazy.
Lost to Cleveland once.
And not only that, what makes even more impressive, they haven't even been healthy the whole season.
Yes,
that's crazy.
That is not even crazy. That's scary.
Chet's been out for a lot of games. Hartenstein been out for a lot of games. Not Russo. The guard they picked up from Chicago has been out for a lot of games. J Dub's been out for a lot of games, and that's why no matter what Joker is doing with these 60-point triple doubles and stuff like that, means nothing because you have a guy that's 15 games better than everybody else in the strongest conference.
Is the front of every statistical
defensively.
So
absolutely. So they're giving it to you on both ends of the court. They're fantastic. They're and it's a testament to SGA.
And the drafting of the team.
He's putting
Sam Presti, man,
Sam Presti's done a great job.
He's a genius now.
Okay, I get it. He's a genius right now, but he also tanked for like 4.
Hey man, at least he trusts the process. He trusts the process, dog.
That's what I was just saying.
Yeah, he trusts the process.
I'm just saying. So either you want your team to just bottom out and just tank like the Rockets did after Harden left.
Hey, Ryan, this is what I've been saying for years. This is the only way to go. You either got to suck or you win a chip. That middle game, you can't play that middle game.
My screen, because evidently when I say it, it doesn't matter. Thank you. Or you do what Boston
make a
did.
trade.
You know what I'm saying? Or you bring in guys. You bring in a Porzingis. You bring in a Drew Holiday. Yeah, they stunk too, but they didn't have number 1 picks. They drafted Tatum with the 3rd pick, and they draft Brown with the nut. They didn't have a number 1 pick.
They got rid of all.
They brought players in. You guys brought players in. You brought Cat in. You guys went and got Brunson. You went and got OG. You went and got Bridges. So you guys are finally doing it. You guys are finally.
I feel like this is.
And hold on, Kevin. That's all you can ask from your owner and your GM is just try to win. Yeah. That's all we ask. We talk about it on this program all the time. Playing hard, trying to win, competing. The Knicks are trying to compete and win. That's all you can ask for, whether you win it or not. That's all you can ask for.
Yeah, that's a fact. I thought you was gonna go the route. DA always says it about some teams they really don't want to win. They just there for the profit and whatnot. And I can honestly say the Knicks are in a precarious position, right? They're good. They're the 5th in the conference, man. But
5th in the NBA.
And what else can we do to get better? So, like you said, we brought in Cat and did some things. We traded Randall.
It's
the coach.
Well, okay.
And DA, I'm not gonna fight you on that. It could be they need another voice because you know, when I see Tibbs and Josh Hart arguing on the sideline,
wasn't a
Dude's
good
been
look.
you know,
doing it since Chicago.
I get it. I'm not gonna argue with that, but man, at least you guys are not sitting on your laurels and not trying. You guys are trying
Ryan's
to win,
optimistic, man.
we
Ryan's so optimistic. He's so
Don't be
he's so happy.
optimistic. Listen,
So
listen. I'm happy. I don't want to be. I don't want to make the DA mad.
Ryan's so happy,
DA
and
when
the
he gets
DA is that rugged old fucking shoe.
He's like the Incredible Hulk
I'm
right
not.
now.
I just know what it is.
I'm like a little scared.
I know what it is, and the reality is I understand what the Knicks did. I don't necessarily have a problem with it, but I do have a problem when I know when we do it and we have nothing left in the cupboard. It's different than when other teams do it. So we don't have draft picks. Like, we already traded draft picks for next year. We already got rid of shit for next year. Like, we don't have things to give up to get dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that because I'm a Knicks fan. We don't have things to get.
You didn't have to give up 5 first-round picks to get Bridges.
Yeah, so what I'm saying to you is the road. So you say, you're on the road. Yeah, I know we're on the road, but we're going to be stuck right there on 125th Street for the next 6 years selling cigarettes because we can't get no further uptown or downtown in this case because we don't have anybody to trade. We don't have anything.
So
we gotta wait till free agency. You know, there's some free agents out.
And Hope.
Well, you know,
Hope, right? So Hope, quote unquote, Kevin Durant that didn't want to come to New York back in the days will now come to New York, right? Stop, man.
So the Knicks.
Well, you're gonna have to give up a Bridges or an OG in order to make that happen.
Good, right? So
and then at that point, it doesn't even.
It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense.
This is why I say my macro point to you, Ryan. Using your team and using OKC, I see with draft capital, you guys kept everybody you drafted. And anybody you didn't keep, you kept the jump shot shooter, right? That was a good cat. He came like last year or something like that. I forgot who he played for. He played shot jumpers. It wasn't Shepard, but it was another cat that could shoot the lights out, and y'all let him go. Y'all had a guard that played early in the season last year in the summer league that could shoot the lights out. But I think y'all either let him go or y'all dropped him back to the G League team. I don't know if Shepard's not playing for y'all, right?
No, Reed Shepard's our rookie.
That's what I said. Yeah, Reed.
Now.
He's playing. Is he on the big team or he's down?
No, he's on the big team.
It might have been last year. It might have been last year. It might have not been Reed. It was another catch y'all had that was a guard y'all let go. But for the most part, most of the guys that you guys,
it's Cam Whitmore.
Most of the guys that you guys drafted, you still have and are developing that nucleus. OKC, same thing.
We got 7.
The Knicks can't do that because we don't have the capital to do so. So when you go on that drive down that road to success, you got to have that nucleus of young guys.
Well,
do this.
Well, you guys tried, right? When you guys drafted, when you lost the lottery and you got RJ, when you could have had, thank God you didn't get Zion. That's the way it's looking now. But you guys drafted in the lottery and you flipped those guys.
Listen, I don't disagree with anything you're saying. I'm just telling you where we are today. Yes, the Knicks are good, right? And I what my mother said, 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other. You know what I'm saying? So they good on this hand, but on this hand, listen, man.
Listen, but no, I get you, DA. Everything you say is correct. All I'm saying to you, when you're a number 3 seed in a conference, you have a shot because just like how you guys were balling, Philly was hurt, you got Philly up out of there, and then you guys went and faced Indiana. Then all your guys got hurt. That's the only reason why Indiana. At least
we don't have those bumps in Philadelphia to worry about this year. That's all I got. You guys would have beat Indiana if Brunson doesn't get hurt. Brunson OG got hurt.
Oh yeah, exactly. You guys would have went to the conference championship.
That's true.
That can you're putting yourself in position to get. Let's be honest.
Yes.
To win the championship,
we are in position to have a miracle playoff run to the chip.
Yo, Ryan could be my defense
Sometimes
attorney.
that
My
happens.
God.
And sometimes that
God
happens.
damn.
It happens.
Ryan got me
It
like, yo,
happened
the
with
Knicks can win this
Toronto.
shit. Yo, okay. Yeah.
It happened.
You know,
It
no,
happened
I
with
don't
Toronto.
believe what Ryan said, but I repeat what Ryan said because that's my man.
Yo,
But what I say is this: if it
Defense
don't
attorney
happen this
Ryan
year,
D'Souza.
if it doesn't happen this year, yeah,
Yo, Tibbs might be gone. He might be a
you
goner,
never
but
know,
go ahead.
man.
Go ahead, Ryan.
You guys can get Brunson back. Now you got your full squad. You guys said it. It's shaping up. You guys are gonna play Milwaukee in the first round. I told you.
Ain't nobody there. I'm playing.
And then you play Boston in the second round. What if Boston gets
they bringing Thanos? What's Giannis' brother name? Thanos. They're bringing him back. Thanos.
Yeah,
he coming back. Man, listen. Reality is, if the Knicks get up against OKC, they're gonna get ran the hell up out of there. They're gonna be in Houston. They're gonna get ran the hell up out of there. So
I don't know about that. I don't know about ran out of the Houston. It's gonna be a good one, but I don't know about ran out.
The Knicks don't play them. All right, stop. Let's talk about something else, please.
Okay. Well, I mean, we.
I don't want to get DA mad, man. I got scared for a little bit. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Because you talk about the Knicks like they can win. That's fine.
Well, hold on, D. Before we move on,
but if they play defense, maybe if they stop somebody.
Yeah.
Well, D, hold on. Go ahead.
You put yourself in position to try to make
dunked on. You're in position to get dunked on, like Patrick Ewing used to do.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that might happen.
But
that might happen.
Kev, what you got? You got a question? I got a question.
No, I was going to say before I just wanted Ryan to, if he had anything else with the NBA before we move on to the.
No, I mean with the NBA, man, like the playoffs has started now.
You got a good game. You got a good game tonight. Right? Lakers and Warriors.
Tonight, Lakers and Warriors, because as it sits now, they would play each other in the first round, and now you're talking about 4 and 5. You get to the fourth, now you have home court. So, and then you don't want to play in that playing game, man, because like we said, anything can happen. You want to assure yourself a top six seed, so you're not, fighting it out in that, that playing games. So big games, the Grizzlies are struggling, so they might, they've lost 4, so they might, fall down to the play-in. Golden State is at 5 right now. Lakers at 4.
A big game.
Then you have Denver at 3, who lost a heartbreaking loss. I don't know if you saw the whole thing when Joker had his 60-point triple-double and Russ made some,
Russ
I'm not gonna sit here and Russ made some
bad
decisions. And I would even say bad decision on the layup, because if you can take the layup, you take the layup. He just missed an easy layup. He had an easy layup. So that was the right play, because if you get the ball out, right? You don't go for the layup and you put it out and they foul you, you can miss a free throw and now it's a 2-point game or still a 1-point game if you miss the free throw. He went for the layup, he just tricked the layup, man. Just missed the layup, but he compounded the missed layup and fouling with 0.1 second left. That was dumb. The layup, that was to me, that's high IQ. Let's get the layup. Boom, we get the layup and we can set our defense.
I'm not giving him a pass. He's a veteran. He should know better. So he's a veteran.
Absolutely.
He's been a triple-double king and all this other. He knows better. That's it.
Right. But the thing is with Russ plays at 100 all the time. He has to slow it down. So
I know people don't want to criticize him, but
I said,
listen.
Nah, people criticize Russ.
There's some people.
They was on him.
Oh, was it? I must have missed it.
Nobody
I must have missed
Russ.
Yeah, nobody likes Russ, man.
No,
But what happened? All of a sudden, they was loving him one minute, but anyway, that's another.
Once he went to the Lakers, everybody hated him.
That's 2 years ago. That's when we started.
Once he went to the Lakers, everybody hated him. So.
Yeah. But other than that, that's all I got. Go ahead.
It's just we got like a week and a half left, and the teams are gonna be jockeying for position to see, what seed they have, to make that run. So, And you know, and I'm gonna say it again. You guys are in a
So
good spot.
are people
We
resting
jockeying
players
for
now?
Zion.
Are we
That's
going to
what
go back to
jockeying
the
for.
resting players? Are we resting players
Jockeying for Zion.
for the last week?
Well, no. Well,
Mhm.
some teams will. Like OKC, if they already have the number one seed locked
Facts,
up,
Mike.
obviously they have it locked up. They have it locked up for the
Mhm.
West. So, but they're fighting it out with Cleveland for
Yeah.
overall
Over
best
right.
record for, you know what I'm saying? I think I want to say they have like a two game lead.
On,
Let me check here.
Two.
They have a 3-game
Okay.
lead on the Cavs. So when you know at the end of the season, if they already have it locked up, they're not going to play their players for what?
I
I have it locked up. I did
actually
my
would
work.
like to see that one the most. That is the championship I would like to see.
What's that?
SGA Spider thing. Wow.
Oh, that's going to be that would be something else.
Wow.
Hey,
I tell you, the NBA don't want
Huh?
the
Yeah, I know,
NBA
but
sure don't want it.
that's why I want it. I
OKC
want it just so because that's exactly why. But yo,
Yeah.
quick question. Are you surprised or are you impressed with the Detroit Pistons and how they kind of turned it around?
Of course. No, man. Definitely, man. JB Bickerstaff did a hell of a he's a guy that just got fired from
Ain't that
Cleveland.
something?
You know what I'm
Look at
saying?
that.
So,
Voice.
you know,
Yep.
so like, and to DA's point, sometimes team needs a different voice. So maybe it is time for Tibbs a different voice. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
But they talk shit about Cade Cunningham. We knew it in high school. We knew it in college. That kid is a
bad boy.
Certified
and
bucket,
you know,
baby. 6'8" point guard.
Yeah.
Stop playing.
And again, they pretty much followed the blueprint. The blueprint that the Rockets did. They brought in some veterans, Tobias Harris, Beasley.
Shout out to
Hardaway
Tobias
Jr.
Harris for getting out of that dumpster fire of Philadelphia.
No,
they let him out. Yeah, but I know he's saying thank God. I know he's got to be saying thank God every day.
So,
he's saying thank God.
And then what happens is it's you bring in these vets, right? Like the Detroit just did, and what Houston did with bringing in Fred VanVleet, Dylan Brooks.
Everybody thought it was crazy,
Jeff
but
Green.
look how you got these guys playing.
Right. You ask the Grizzlies if they don't miss him. So you bring in these guys, and then the guys like you said, the guys that you drafted these last couple of years took steps. Alperen Sengun took a step, made the All-Star team. Jalen Green took a step. Amen Thompson, his second year, took a step, especially defensively. Jabari Smith took a step. I mean, those are like top picks taking a step. You have Tari Eason, who does all the dirty work, and then you bring in like a big like Steven Adams
and
give you that
got
toughness,
your back.
and then you got your back, and then you have Ime Udoka who changed the culture, and held everybody accountable, because basically, you know, with the Rockets young squad under Silas, they were just given minutes. Ime came is like, nah, I don't care where you was drafted, you got to earn your minutes. So it's a culture change, just like with Detroit. They brought in veterans, and then their draft picks took a step.
Yeah.
Cade is going to make an All NBA team this year. He took a huge step. The other Asor Thompson, he took a step.
Be glad my man Ivy wasn't hurt.
Yeah, Ivy's not even playing. Great point, Da. Ivy's not even playing. Duran, who's on the boards, you know, and then you have oh God, what's the guy that's always fighting in Detroit? I forgot his name. Yeah, Isaiah Stewart. So now you got a Rough Rider.
Slasher. Occupation.
That culture's changed. That culture's changed. So I'm super happy for them, man.
Shout out to Detroit.
And I think I mentioned this before, but the Rockets and Detroit, they're linked. They got the two Thompson twins, and they have Cade number 1, Jalen Green number 2, and they hate each other. I won't say they hate each other, but they're always and that's what we want, right? We want the rivalry. That's like the only one AAU
they hate each other. They
rival that we have. Yeah, so they're like, they're all, you know, because Cade even came out and said, you know, they've always been pitting us against each other. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he's like, they know what it is.
But Jalen used to get at him.
Yeah, I mean, Jalen can just fly out the gym, bro. Jalen Green has the prototypical two guard game and body. He's gonna get stronger, but yeah, he's exceptional, man. Like I know there's rumors about probably trading him to Phoenix for Booker. At this point, every time they play Phoenix, he's busting their ass. So
we're gonna have to talk about that. Yeah. Players that have fallen off. Well, we can't do it now because it's getting late. But like Booker, Murray, these dudes have got on the slide in the park and they still sliding because you're not getting what you got out of them. So
might have to do that on a Saturday morning. We'll do that.
It's kind of hard to do that now. But those dudes, like, you don't really want them now.
Yeah.
So
it's not that you don't want them. Their value
is not worth what you pay.
Right, and even with KD in the offseason, you're not gonna have to break the bank to get KD.
Bradley Beal talking shit like, no one wants you, Bradley. Yeah. No one wants you, Bradley. No one wants you. I'll take John Wall first.
Nah, man, but
I'd go get John out of Raleigh.
Man. Damn, he said you go get John Wall.
Get him out them oxidized and we go get this thing done, John. Let's get it.
Yo, Ryan, before we get on out of here, I think KW about to
NCAA real quick. So
move to the NCAA.
That's what I was going to do real quick. I had here. Let's do the ladies real quick. So we got UCLA and UConn. They face off on Friday at 9 p.m. and then you got South Carolina and Texas. They face off at 7.
Why is everybody leaving Notre Dame like today? We'll talk about.
Yeah, that's just NIL.
So
money,
that's the Final Four. Go ahead, Ryan. For the
Yeah, so the Final Four, right, for the women, all right. So you already said it, Kev. What's kind of like awesome is South Carolina is right. They were undefeated champs last year, right, and won the championship, right. This year they've lost 3 games. Who they lose the 3 games to? The other 3 teams that's in the Final Four. Yeah. That says something. That's how great South Carolina is. So like you said, Kev, at 7:00 we have Texas versus South Carolina. This is going to be their 4th time playing each other this season.
Crazy.
They're in the same conference, SEC. They split in the regular season, and South Carolina beat them pretty handedly in the SEC championship. So that's a rematch. And then you have UCLA versus UConn. I know in my bracket I have UCLA. I have UConn beating UCLA, and I have South Carolina beating Texas, and it's going to be UConn versus South Carolina for the national championship. 3:00 comes Sunday, and that's going to be one hell of a game. But I just think Paige is on a mission, man. Paige is is hitting 30 every game. She's on a mission. And not only that, Sarah Strong, the freshman, is just playing. Oh, she's playing lights out, man. She's hitting threes. She's giving. Oh, she had a spin move in the game. I don't know if you guys saw it. Just light on her feet, man. She's skillful. She plays physical. She can hit the jump shot. Just a fantastic freshman. And she might be the X factor. And now the X factor for UCLA is Betts. Betts has to dominate down low. If Betts gets into foul trouble or has a subpar game, you can forget it. And UCLA has good guards as well. So, but she has to dominate. She has to dominate to slow the game down, right? Because UConn's going to try to push the ball. They're going to try to push the ball. And then you have Gino. Gino's not going to get out coached. So, and the UCLA's head coach, she won coach of the year. So it's good. It's just going to be a great game. I sure hated that Juju, didn't get a shot, at Connecticut, but man, I don't even think she's going to play next year.
But hey.
Yeah, she's not, because she got hurt in March. I don't even think she had the surgery yet.
I think she did. I think she went. I think she went.
Did she go in?
But yeah, she'll just work out and get stronger. on USC's dime.
Yeah,
He's good.
yeah, right. So so we'll see what happens, man. So that's who I have. I have South Carolina repeating because I just think their depth is just too much.
They're what?
For any other team.
What? Okay. That's important, right?
So
Depth is important, right? Okay,
Their depth. Yeah. They
more
go
than 5.
deep.
Yeah, 10 is more than 5.
More than 5. Correct.
Let me
correct.
just say this real quick before we move to the men's real quick. We got our NCAA stint. I can't bring it up on the thing, but we all did a bracket. So for the women's, Mike Mills is leading in the women's bracket. He has 114 points. Dan is right behind him not right behind him with 106. Mike Mills has who he has winning. Looks like South Carolina he has winning, and Dan has UCLA. And go ahead, Ryan.
I got a bone to pick with my homie Dan. Dan went chalk in both in both brackets. He picked all the number 1
Well,
seeds.
he's pretty good right now. So
I mean, damn.
What we got in the
My
mix?
nephew could have picked all the number 1 seeds.
What we had in the mix, man?
I thought that was against the brackets to pick all the number 1 seeds.
Dan said he saw something, so he said he's going.
Dan said, "Damn,
So
that I picked all the 1 seeds."
in the men's, Dan is up. He's got 110 points. Dorian's got a 104. Dan has Duke winning. Dorian, you look like who you have winning? Who you have winning? What's that? Yeah, Auburn.
Dorian got
and
there you go.
And Eric had Houston. I'm out. I
want Houston to beat Duke for sure because I can't stand.
Ryan's still hanging on to Florida, so he's still in it.
No, but I want
Am I
Houston
in
to
it?
win though. I only bet Florida so I wouldn't jinx Houston.
Thank you.
So I'm like,
I would rather not play Florida. So I just tell you, I would rather not.
So real quick, Auburn and Florida, that game, that's the looks like that's the 6:00 game, and then you got Duke in Houston. That's both of these games are gonna be good. That's the 8:40.
Oh yeah,
all number one. I think this is the first time this has been done since 2003, if I'm not mistaken.
And it's weird because in the SEC, I think Auburn had their way with Florida early and did not have their way with them in the last 2. So, yeah, it's
correct. Correct.
Bruce Pearl.
Florida
Bruce Pearl always falls off like that. So I don't know what it is with him, but he does that. So
the thing is, man, like with the Houston Duke game, right? Like,
well, you do, but you don't.
Man, the thing is with the Cougars, man, these are grown ass men, bro. Man. These are like upperclassmen. Where Duke, they start 3 freshmen. Proctor's I think is a junior. But yeah, and the thing is with Houston now, they can hit the 3. They have the best 3-point shooting percentage in the nation. So that's going to be an X factor. But we're going to see why Cooper Flagg is the number 1 pick, and I believe that's the only way they're going to be able to beat Houston's defense. If Cooper Flagg if he beat just being Cooper Flagg, be like, look, whatever you throw at me, I'm going to have a counter.
See, but he doesn't have a game like that.
Yeah,
he has a good game though.
Yeah. Right. That's but that's what I'm saying. So it's grown men versus some freshmen. So we'll see how and Duke has a great defense too.
Yeah, they're long, got that big African side is really good. But.
Yeah, they have great and Knippel, the other freshman. They have 3. They had so the tall African kid, Knippel and Flagg.
You gotta stay out on Knippel. You can't let him catch and kind of see it. So it depends on the defense, I guess. Kelvin usually plays that.
They're all going in the first round.
Kelvin kind of plays that type of defense though. Like he might let you catch it, but he ain't gonna let you do nothing else. Like you're not gonna be able to, triple threat, bring it through. Like Kelvin don't let you triple threat the ball. So Knippel usually needs a little bit of time to catch, set, and shoot. So I don't know if he's gonna let that. Flagg got a handle, but he has a hop handle. He has a catch, hop, and then handle. So. And that's just for now. Like he'll get better as he gets around NBA players and going through different drills. But from what I've seen him play, he's always done it. He always catches, even when he's at Montverde, catch, jump, hop, go. Like if you look at his highlights, he catches, hops, and then he goes. So we'll see what happens with him.
Yeah,
he can play.
Right. If Duke can beat that Houston trap, that first pass that you make, Houston sends two, and they're sending like two bigs with like wingspans of like 7'6". So, and they trying to turn you over, and not necessarily always try to turn you over, but speed you up. So you take a bad shot or what have you, and you play right into their hands.
First is going to be the inbound. Once it comes in, it's going to go to Flag. At least 6'8".
Yeah, because Flag has the height. He has the the strength
and can dribble it if they back off the press. So
that's what I'm saying. So that was my point about, can Cooper Flag, have his counters to what Houston brings to him, and that's the beauty about Cooper Flag, because he can beat you in so many different ways. He can score it, he can pass it, he'll rebound, he'll D, whatever you need, he's going to give you at that point.
Believe it or not, his coach was a bad man. So Shire could play when he was there, and the reality is that he was one of those dudes that used to go against, I think, Ed Coder and them. So Easy Ed was something crazy with the basketball. So he used to get it with Ed and them. So he's Shire can play. So
and also in the other game, in the Florida Auburn game, let's see if Auburn's All-American Broom, if his elbow is right. Yeah, so they're saying there's no restrictions, but I think they're posturing a little bit.
We got 18.
Because so we'll see.
30-year-olds on the bench, so we good.
Yeah. Right. So
anything else, Ryan, before we get on out of here? Great show tonight, fellas.
Nah, man, that's it, brother, man. Just that's it.
Pass my message to Draymond Green, yo. Send it to his mama. Send it to his mama.
We'll pass it. Party. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hey,
Ryan.
Go ahead, Ryan.
Oh
man. Good show, guys. Again, guys, I want to apologize for last week. But thank you for holding me down. Hey, DA, I'm sorry for making you upset.
I was upset before you got here, man. You see my
DA was on one tonight. I loved it, man. It was
you guys see the speech
you'll know why.
You guys see the speech at the 8:00 hour, man. He went in on Draymond Green. So
really?
Well, we won't be
really upset me. But that's my partner. That's my partner.
Just give me one sentence of what it was about.
Respect your elders. I don't care what they
respect the elders.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Respect
that's
the
all
elders,
you had to
man.
say. That's all you had to say.
It was good. It was good.
That's all you gotta say.
Good, well thought out, and I hope it does go and it's seen around. So we'll see. But part of the shots, yo, good week.
In shape to beat his ass in the boxing match.
Oh God, yo, good show tonight, fellas. Hey, appreciate you all. Appreciate everybody in the chat.
Yo, man, this was a very good show, man.
Ryan caught the residue.
You caught the strays. You caught all the strays today.
Hey, shout out to Michael Bristol.
To Mike, shout out to Debbie. Shout out to Steve in the comments. Thank you, Steve, so much. Although that was new in the comments, appreciate it, Miss Harton. Thank you so much, Mom. Thank you. She's watching.
Yeah.
Everybody's in the comments. Thank y'all for the support, man. Da, did you have anything before I let us?
No, I'm good to go, man. Please respect your elders, man. God said to do that.
Man, preach.
God no.
Yeah, I mean, ain't nothing else to say. Well, listen, on behalf of myself now.
Peace.
Great show tonight. Really good show, man. Spirit of the show. Things that I missed. Looks like Kirk Cousins wants to be cut from the Falcons, so the Browns. Browns said they're not trading for him, whatever. Browns said they're not doing no more bad trades.
We spent too much damn money.
Yeah. So look for some kind of transaction by Kirk Cousins. Memphis and Miami's tied at 81 down in Miami. So
that's on TNT, right?
That game's on TNT. Correct.
The problem with Ja Morant is he has so much fucking talent. That's the problem.
And he has zero awareness too, by the way.
Right? But yes, sir.
Zero. No, you good.
100% right. No, you're 100% right. That's just the problem.
Yeah. No. Zero awareness. Yeah. He can't do that.
He can't.
No, he can't do that.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Whatever. But he can't do that.
Yeah, pretty simple.
Yeah, pretty simple. Listen, we're going to get out of here. Thank you for all those that checked us out tonight. We appreciate you, all the new timers that came through. Thank you so much, man. Make sure you share the show. Make sure you like, click, and subscribe. Make sure you also hit the buttons for all the notification. Like I said, share the show if you are really into sports. As you can see, we talk it all, man, and we do it in a funny and a spirited way, as I must say. And we love what we do. So listen, on behalf of myself, I'm Kevin L. Warren, the host and moderator for Daryl D. Dubs Warren, for the DA, for Ryan D'Souza in their absence, Mike Mills, James the Angry One, and Dan the Hockey Dude. Yo, this is the Sports Chasers podcast, man. Y'all be good. Y'all be blessed, man. We'll catch y'all on the flip side. Peace. I hope this is the right one.
Peace.
That's a wrap for today's episode of the Sports Chasers podcast. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube and your favorite podcast platforms, and connect with us on all social media channels for exclusive content and updates. We'd also love for you to join the conversation, share your thoughts, and become part of the Sports Chasers community. And remember to tune in next time for some more real sports talk. Until then, stay frosty.